Edward Lawrence has been following all of this from Washington. I don't know what will come of this, Edward. I know certainly Mr. Dorsey and Mr. Zuckerberg have appeared a number of times between Senate committees, a little more than, a month and a half ago before the Commerce Committee. But the message here, I think, coming from both parties is we are watching you, and I wouldn't be relaxing if I were you. Your thoughts?
Yeah, watching for very different reasons, but it does seem like out of this that they're inching towards baby steps towards some sort of change to Section 230, and that's been discussed. Both Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey said that they would approve and they would agree to changes to 230 in some way, and that's the section in the Federal Communications Decency Act that gives them immunity. Social media companies immunity from lawsuits. Now, a very interesting line of questioning from Senator Graham. He actually brought in a new topic that has not been discussed with this hearing or the one before that. He talks about possible being addicted to social media as an issue with these platforms on top of all the other issues. Listen to what he says on this.
So here's what I think we're going to do on the committee over time, I hope, is to ask the question more directly, are these social media sites addictive? Do they have a public health component that needs to be addressed?
You know, and that's a new wrinkle in all this, but it was Senator Josh Hawley that really stole the day related to this. He came out and said he has a whistleblower inside that showed screenshots from what Twitter uses as an internal mechanism to sort of track users going through. Mark Zuckerberg was not prepared to answer a lot of those questions there. He said he wanted to get with his team. But, you know, it's interesting, Senator Ted Cruz went to the heart of this issue when he was talking about all of this. He said that what is Facebook and Twitter a publisher, and they pointed to that New York Post story where the Twitter banned it outright, the sharing of that story, and Facebook limited the distribution of that story, saying that Hunter Biden accepted money from either government officials or foreign companies while the former vice president, was still in office there. Listen to what Ted Cruz said when he confronted these CEOs.
Let me ask you, was Twitter being a publisher when it censored the New York Post?
No, we have very clear policies on the conduct we enable on the platform. And if there's a violation, we take an enforcement action.
And in fact, Jack Dorsey went a little bit farther on this, talking about that New York Post story. He said, you know, they had blocked the account from the New York Post, but within 24 hours decided they made a mistake on limiting the distribution of that story, saying it was not really hacked materials where it came from. And this is the reversal that he says Twitter made because of that story. Listen.
We did not have a practice around retroactively overturning prior enforcements. This incident demonstrated that we needed one, and so we created one we believe is fair and appropriate.
So changing what they do there, Neil, because of the New York Post story, it did take him something like 20 days to re-unlock that account there to go forward there. So, Neil, very interesting hearing. There will be another hearing on this. It does not seem like we're going to come to a conclusion on what exactly should be changed, but it does look like there are changes on the horizon.
Interesting. Thank you, my friend.